Here's a lesson on the scales of Libra. This is from Marvel's Moon Knight. It's new. Check it out, guys. It's very interesting. Where the character Steven, this is episode 4, they are looking for the tomb of Amit. Amit looks like a crossbreed experiment that has gone horribly wrong. She has the head of a crocodile, Sobek, the torso of a wildcat. In some images, she also looks like she has a mane like a lion. At the same time, she also looks like a leopard or a leopard or a cheetah in some cases. And then the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. She is the personification of retribution, ready to kill or devour. Her name translates to bone crusher or the devourer of millions. She brings the judgment of God against those who cannot balance the feather of Ma'at, against those who have not lived a life true of words. It's very important to highlight that this is actually mythology. The silhouettes we see in these glyphs and murals of Egypt do not represent space beings or the Elohim who were half man and half human. We will start with the head of Amit. That's the constellation Draco, the constellation of the dragon. Anything that looks like a snake, a crocodile in these mythologies represents the constellation Draco. 2,500 years ago, the star Tuban in the tail of the crocodile was actually the North Pole. The place where, if you're standing at the north, it looked like the entire night sky is circling that pole or that space. Amit's hind legs are that of a hippo. Now, if you look at Ursa Major or Ushka Major, if you look at the rear legs there, it does kind of look like the legs of a hippo. But this is not actually the case. Ursa Major is actually the thigh of Set. The hippo is actually the constellation on the left there. Boots. In Egyptian mythology, Boots is actually a female. This creature makes its round across the sky, keeping a perpetual guide upon the circumpolar stars associated with Set, especially the thigh and the jackal of Set. So in this scene, Stephen actually realizes that instead of finding the temple of Amit, he is now looking at the tomb of Alexander the Great. He's a bit dismayed at first, and then he remembers that no, actually, Alexander was called the mouthpiece of Amit. And so he begins opening the tomb of Alexander and goes for the throat. He unmummifies the face there and rips the jaws open. Ivulamlomo. There's also that ceremony where the person or who's gone over would be opened umlomo. Ngesintu sibuza ivulamlomo. So here he does that, and then he reaches in the throat of Alexander to find the statue of Amit. The name Alexander comes from the Proto-Indo-European root ner, which means manly, the strong one, the defender. From the Bible, the word Andrew shares the same root na as the word Alexander, the strong one, matla or maata or maatla, usomandla. In Greek, it's the Atlas man who is depicted as supporting the weight of the world on his shoulders. The mouthpiece of Amit, the defender, the manly, the strong one, stands at the scales of Libra. In the next episode, Stephen actually goes into the duat.